Good afternoon. We have 25 people on board, so we'll take 2 minutes to wait for more people to join. And we will start the Q&A session. So I think we can start. We have still 26th person on board. So my name is Paulina Jankowska. I'm representing the funding box with Urszula Sobek and Antonio Salvador. The session is recorded, but will be used internally for the euROBIN project purposes. Today, we wanted to share with you information about our first open call. At the beginning of the presentation, I will present you our microsite and application form to explain you how to apply to the first open call. Then we skip to the Q&A session. We have our technical partners on board, so please don't hesitate to ask the technical parts of your application. Please, you can ask question verbally or on the chat. We will read them and respond to them. So as I said, we are a funding box, and at the beginning I wanted to tell you more about our project. euROBIN is a network of excellence that brings together European expertise of robotics and AI. We want to establish a unified pan-European platform for research and development. Our vision is to create an ecosystem of robots that share their data and knowledge. A company of any size, research organization, and academia research institution can apply to the first open call. Please remember, all these institutions have to be registered before the open call starts. That is 28th of February 2023. Of course, individual entity submit the application, but please remember you have to be the researcher or PhD student of those organizations. What we offer? During the support program, you can receive the financial support up to 60,000 euros, hosting clubs. That means that you will join to our EU partner core teams and laboratory teams. Technology exchange program. Our support program will last from 3 to 12 months, in which you will develop your solution. With our support, you can achieve the TRL maturity of your solution. As I said, the duration of the support program is up from 3 to 12 months, and this duration will be established during the plan phase in stage 1. The financial support of 60,000 euros will be paid in 3 tranches. Here I present you the process of organizing. I think the most important thing is that your relevant outcome of your project will be adapted and uploaded in our euCode repository. Here I present you our microsite where the application form is. First thing you have to do is to create the funding box account. You can find the button on the right bottom section of the page. Before completing the application, please go through all the documents we present in our subtab guide and documents. The most important for applicants is Guide for Applicants, Frequently Asked Questions, and List of the Challenges. In the Guide for Applicants, you can find all basic information about our project, open call, how to apply, and how to complete your application. In the Frequently Asked Question document, you can find a lot of answers to the most relevant question about our project, application, and challenges. Please remember that the deadline of the first open call is 10th of May 2023 at 5 p.m. Brussels time. When you want to start the application, on the homepage of the microsite, you can find the Apply Now button, who can take you to this website, and you have to start a new application to create the application we can. So when you create the application, you have 10 sections to complete. 9 of them are mandatory to complete. Of course, you can add a contributor to fill the application, so don't hesitate to ask your colleague or anybody to help you to fill the application. The first application is basic info. In this section, we ask you about your project title, acronym, and basic info about the representative of the institution. All section looks like this. We have the section title, explanation in where you can find the most relevant information about this section, which section, what questions are mandatory, what we wanted to ask you, and what you have to provide us. Please get through this explanation before completing the section. Most of the question in our application form is mandatory, so please put attention to this question with an asterisk, so it's mandatory to save. When you want to go back to the list of the section, please press the button Back to Application at the bottom of the site. The second section is the legal information. In the third one, we ask you about your project. The first one is the section which will be evaluated by our expert. In excellence section, we ask you about ambition, innovation, soundness of the approach. Impact, the next section, it will also be evaluated by our expert, and we will ask you about your market opportunity, competition, environmental and social impact. Implementation is the last section which will be evaluated by our expert, and there we ask you about your team and resources during the project. Statistical section is not mandatory, but we will encourage you to complete this too. Next, we have ethics self-assessment, declaration of honor, and GDPR clause. During completing the application, maybe some doubts and questions will arise. So don't hesitate to ask us for help. We're happy to help you to fill the application properly. You can ask for help through our community on Spaces. Here you have a QR code, so you can scan it, and this will take you to this directly. Or you can ask a question through our help desk email, info@eurobinproject.eu, and we check this email every day, so please don't hesitate to send us a question. More info about our other activities in euROBIN, about our partners, you can find our euROBIN website or our social media on Twitter and LinkedIn. So that was a quick first section. So we can skip to the Q&A session. I hope our technical partners will be happy to answer. So if anyone have a question, please don't hesitate to.
Actually, Paulina, we have a couple of questions now.
Great.
The first one is already answered in the chat. So the session of the recording will be available on the Funding Box YouTube channel after the session ends.
Okay.
So you can share with any partner who couldn't attend. And then we have another question. It's Mr. Costas. What is the initial TRL level and the target TRL level for the submitted projects?
So ideally, we are looking for the TRL 2 and 3, and we wanted to reach the TRL 4 and 5.
That's are the questions up to now. So feel free to actually to attend this. Who raised their hand?
Yes, I see hand raised. So maybe.
Okay, so maybe I will start with Evren Samur.
Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Evren. So I'm an associate professor, but also I'm representing a company, and we're interested in 2 challenges listed in the first call, which are endorsed by Work Package 1. My question is, like, we need to get in touch to partners from the euROBIN consortium. Those partners, they should be in Work Package 1 or not?
I think we have this question on our help desk, and I sent this question to Work Package 1 leader. Do we have the Work Package 1 from our technical partners here? I think we don't have. Of course, I will answer your question through the help desk because I am waiting for the information from Work Package 1 leader. We cannot answer this question on our own. We have need this support from this Work Package 1 leader.
Okay, thank you very much. I will wait for the.
Yes, I will send you an email as soon as I receive the information from them. Thank you very much.
One question, can we get in touch with any researchers in the consortium partners, or those should be the ones that are involved in euROBIN project proposal phase?
I don't know if I understand this question correctly, so maybe you can
okay, so let's say, okay, so TUM, Technical University of Munich, is now a partner of euROBIN project. Can I contact any robotics researcher at TUM so that they will be involved in our proposal, or should they be the ones that are already involved in the preparation of the euROBIN project?
So, euROBIN partners cannot be involved in the proposal because that will be the conflict of interest.
But there has to be 2 partners, 2
yes,
hosts.
I understand what you mean. Yes, now I understand.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
During the support program, you have the support of 2 euROBIN partners. So after the selection, after the selection process, we assign you the euROBIN partners. That means that when you will be selected to develop your solution, we as Open Call Management with other partners will contact you with the partners. So before submitting the proposal, you don't have to contact the euROBIN partners. We will provide the support for you after the selection process.
Okay, then maybe I misunderstood, but at some point.
Yes, we have this.
Yeah.
Yes, we have this question in our info day, and I think a lot of people are misunderstood this idea of support from the euROBIN partners. So to be clear, before submitting the proposal, you don't have to contact the euROBIN partners, because after the selection process, we will contact them with you. So in this part, you don't have to be worried about.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll try to present you the questions in order. So I think it's now Chen Li's turn.
Yes,
so you are free to talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for your presentation first. And I think it's give us a lot of information. And I have a question regarding to the impact part. I'm currently working in the Denmark Aalborg University as an assistant professor. And I see for the impact, you mainly focus on the business model and the commercial strategy. So how about the research impact? Does that also be evaluated, or is not actually count points in this application?
Ulla, do you have any idea?
So regarding, thank you. Regarding your question, you should, in your application, provide answer to all type of criteria listed in the guide. Also related to impact and impact that your project, your solution, or your contribution to the project will bring. And you should also keep in mind the European dimension, so that this should benefit not only small sector, but should also bring some kind of value to European as a whole, European society and economy. So try to answer in the most deep way into the criteria to make your evaluation easy and pretty straightforward.
Okay, I see. So I mean, actually, I just want to figure out, should I edit that part or should I leave that part out of the application? Of course, I understand your business model and also strategy, but also we, as a researcher, we also have some research contribution there. So we just want to know if that part should be added on, not focused for this core. And my second question is about the team member. I see there's a part you say you select your team. Do you have this kind of like, you would say, limitation about the size of the team? How many people can be involved in this core? Or we don't have this kind of like limitation?
No, we don't have limitation about the limit of the numbers of the members.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all my question.
Thank you.
Okay, so now it's time for the last person with the raised hand. It's Kostas. Feel free to talk, please.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering about the reading the document of the challenges. There are some work packages, work package 1 through work package 7. And I was wondering what is the relevance between the work packages and our proposals.
This work package. Yes.
Yes. There are challenges numbered later on, and I have seen these challenges. I have to select one in the proposal from the challenges. But what about the work packages? Is there any relevance between our proposal and the work packages themselves?
So the work package is mentioned because we have in our internal agreement, we have this, we divided the, we divide our action on the work packages, but in your proposal, the work package is not relevant for you.
Okay.
And you have to, yes, you have to answer for only one challenge. We have 10 challenges, so you have to respond to only to one.
Okay. That's clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's go now with the questions in the chat, and then we'll go to one question also in the live stream. So Siso wants to know what are the partners involved in Challenge 9?
We have a partners who is involved in Challenge 1 here on.
It's in the number 9, sorry.
9, yes.
Oh.
I think we don't have any of the partner from Challenge 9 here.
Maybe I have to give him the right to speak or something. Okay, so we can try to answer this later. So let's go on. Antonia is a bit unaware what register before 28th of February does mean. Register with euROBIN or register in its respective country as an institution?
That the second one, your institution or company have to be registered in the legal mean in your country before the open call starts. So the institution have to be established before the 28th of the February 2023.
Thank you.
I hope that answered the question.
So Rafael wants to know if can we get an access to the work package descriptions to get a broader view?
No, we don't. We cannot share this information with you.
Okay, so Cynthia says, hi, what do you mean by saying entities are supposed to be registered by February 28, 2023? Which kind of registration? Thank you.
Yes, I see this registration is a lot of question. Yes, but as I said, your institution or company have to be registered in the legal form before the open call starts.
Okay, she got the answer, she says. Okay, so Siso, how do you assess an SME with expertise in one market that aim to adapt existing robots to the other verticals or markets thanks to euROBIN pilot?
I think that's technical question. If any technical partner is able to answer, please, for yourself.
Yes, if any technical partner was to answer at any given time, just raise your hand.
Yes, please. I see we have Alessandro Settimi as a technical partner who raised the hand. So, Alessandro, you are.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Thank you.
Okay. So, question is, how do you assess a SME with expertise in one market that aim to adapt existing robots to other vertical markets thanks to a euROBIN pilot, right? So, point is, we thanks to this open call, actually we give the opportunity to the SME to test their methods or technology to multiple robots platforms. So the SME must, let's say, demonstrate that their solution can adapt to other applications actually. And this is what the project is about, and also what the evaluation is about. So during your application, you must also be very clear about the transferability of the technology or method to other applications.
Thank you very much, Alessandro, for the answer. So now Haron wants to know, we're a startup that is a spin-off from one of the partners of euROBIN, that is actually a lab. The lab is a shareholder in our startup as well. Can we still apply to euROBIN, or this is a conflict of interest?
So if any partner of euROBIN is involved in any your activities or is the shareholder, so you cannot apply to the first open call because this is the conflict of interest.
Thank you. So now Rafael wants to know, in the funding box proposal form, we should fill our plan for the test, validation, transfer, and which patterns. How should we fill that without contacting the hosting institutions?
I think this is the question about the technical parts. So if any technical partner is able to answer, please raise a hand. Alessandro, thank you. So the floor is yours.
Sorry, I just lost you. I just heard my name. What was the question?
Okay, so in the funding box proposal form,
Okay.
We should fill our plan for the test, validation, and transfer, and which patterns, and how should we fill that without contacting the hosting institution?
I see. Let's say you must describe what is your intent to achieve this transfer of your technology from your application to another. Speaking about software, what are the steps that you're going to do to adapt your software from one application to another, and you should know what are the steps that you want to do to test or validate your solution. Because if we are looking for transferability, of course, we should not, let's say, consider the target robotic platform. Otherwise, we are just going to think about ad hoc solution for each platform, actually.
Thank you very much. So the next question is already answered. It was, which is challenge 9? And thank you, Rafael. Challenge 9 is urban navigation with wheeled-legged robots. So I think we can move on to the next one. It's from Efren. Can we get more information about the robot infrastructure available through the euROBIN?
So during the support program, the EU partners will provide you with the robots and infrastructure, but I want to ask a question. What kind of information do you want to gain? Because maybe more specific question. I hope that will be problem to specify the question.
Can I answer? I just unmuted myself.
Yes.
In order to provide a solution to the challenge that you described, we need to know the robots that are available. Otherwise, like we are trying to develop a solution that will be applicable to many robots, but at least, is it going to be a mobile manipulator or a grounded robot? We should at least know whether all kinds of robots are available through the euROBIN or not.
I think this question is hard to answer in general. I can remember that you are interested in work package 1. So we can ask this work package leader what kind of infrastructure and robots he have, but I think this is a more individual question to ask to our partners. So please ask this question through the help desk, and I will also provide this to the work package leader, because I think this too hard to answer in general what kind of robots and infrastructure the partners have, because we have like 31 partners in our project, and everyone have any different infrastructure. So please, of course we want to answer your question, but please send this from to our email help desk.
Actually, I don't know if Quentin, as our technical partner, was to answer, because
Yes, hello.
Okay, thank you.
So I
Thank
can
you.
answer for the work package 2. So in the work package 2, we have to realize some tasks for personal robotics. So personal robots that will evolve in a home environment and do some tasks to help in the daily life. So for this, the several partners have mobile robotics. So it's basically mobile robots. You can think of a Tiago robot or a half humanoid robot with wheels that have hands, mostly by manual robots, and that will be able to move and do some manipulation tasks in home environment. So, and I can directly answer to the next question I've seen quickly about the microphone, which is also related to work package 2, so the dialogue management. I guess it depends on the integration, so we need to go technical with that. If we can, I would say, for work package 2, it would be possible to install some simple additional sensor, typically microphone or omnidirectional microphone on our robots. If the integration like power source and communication is easier or is able to accommodate many different kind of systems. For example, our robot will mostly use ROS, and we can continue to discuss about this technical thing, but I would mostly say yes.
Okay, thank you. So that's another question answered. The last one from the chat is, it is allowed to choose or bring our own industrial partner, or are we always paired with the one chosen by funding?
So during the support program, you will receive this support from the euROBIN 2 euROBIN partners, but we allow the subcontracting. Please go to frequently asked question number 26, and here you can find information about subcontracting, and all costs you can is eligible. So you can choose your own industrial partner in the subcontracting role.
Thank you. So now it's the turn for Alexander Ivanov. I correctly understood that it's not enough for me to be registered as a private entrepreneur, for example, in Sweden. Do I need to be a PhD at the same time?
So company of any size can apply. So if you have established a company, you can apply. And can you repeat the second part of the question?
Yes, so he understood that it's not enough for him to be registered as a private entrepreneur, for example, in Sweden, and he asked if he also needs to be registered as a PhD.
Ula, do you have any?
Yeah, so from my point of view, yeah, if you are eligible if you are registered like an entity. So if you are running a company, register before the open call starts, then you are eligible to apply. And your expertise, your PhD is something that will be evaluated as under implementation section. So evaluator will take into account your expertise, your background, and it's good to have PhD, but it's not mandatory, it's not must.
Okay, thank you, Ursula. So I think it's now turn of Costas again. So you feel free to open your mic and. Okay, so maybe we can come back to Costas later. Kasim wants to know, can I apply if I work in a ENA Government Research Institute?
Yes, you can apply.
Okay, that's straightforward. So Cynthia wants to know, is the application with the DOH supposed to be submitted by the legal representative of the entity, or can it be submitted by someone not officially delegated as representative?
I can take this one, Paulina. So application can be prepared and submitted by person from the institution. It could be any person, but of course agreed with the authority of the institution that process will be submitted and so on. In the application form, you will be asked to provide a contact person. So it's good to provide data of a person who will be really able to answer email and do not miss it and so on. And at the end, if you will be selected during the legal and formal validation, then you will be requested to provide data of your legal representative, power of attorney, for example, and then this person finally sign all the documents and sign the subgrant agreement. So as a process of preparation, it can be done by anyone. But at the end, finally, this legal representative need to be involved in the signature process.
Thank you.
So now Mateo wants to know, how are EPs handled during the proposal submission phase? I think it's maybe their personal IPs they are referring to.
So our platform complies with all GDPR rules. So all the data are saved, and we do not share the data. We do not export outside the platform. So they are totally saved, and you are using your unique username, and your proposal will have your unique number, and we will use it for the entire evaluation process. So of course, your data are protected, so it will not be shown to the public during entire selection process.
I think Mateo wants to know in this regard if they will lose ownerships. I guess it's no, right?
Also, yeah, Paulina, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I think it's IPR rights, like intellectual property rights. I think that IP means, yes. So the IPR belongs to the applicant, as I know, but you can sign the additional contract with our euROBIN partners to pass the ownership of your IPRs, but generally IPR rights it belongs to you.
Thank you. So Rafael wants to know, the funding is intended to be a two-stage funding process, if he gets this correctly. So we basically can access the funding only after the project's running period, right?
Yes. As I said during my presentation, we have two phases of the project, the plan phase and implementation phase. The support funding will be running after signing the subgrant agreement. And that will be the 3 tranches. Like after you sign the subgrant agreement, you have the first tranches. And during the implementation phase, you have these 2 tranches we have to pay you the next 2 tranches. So the project, the funding is only after the project run. Yes.
Thank you. I think we have one question left that we didn't answer for CISO. It was, what are the partners involved in Challenge 9? I don't know if...
I think we can check that, but I need a minute. Challenge 9. I think I need more time to check this because we don't have this technical partner from Challenge 9. But if anyone have a question regarding this challenge, please write on the help desk, and I will contact this technical partner directly to answer your questions.
Thank you. So one last written question. How long does the evaluation process take before the results are announced?
So the deadline of the open call is the 10th of May. And after that, we start the evaluation process. During the evaluation steps like eligibility phase and so on, we contact you with these results if you pass this phase. For now, we can say that around September, the support program should be started. But that's this around, because we have this summer period, so we don't want to start during the summer, but I think the September is the reasonable timeline for to start the support program.
Thank you. So now it's the turn for a raised hand from Sabas Argyropoulos. Sorry to keep you waiting, and the floor is yours.
Hello. If I understand correctly, the researcher should spend some time at the host premises. So he should physically be present at the host premises. Is there a minimum requirement on the duration of this visit, or is it free for us to select it?
It's not minimum time you have to spend to the laboratory. This remotely and on-site work will be discussed with your mentor during the first phase, the plan phase. So you are free to establish what fits to you.
Okay, so actually we had an answer for the last question in Challenge 9 from Alejandro. So it says Challenge 9 is from EPFL. So thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you.
And now I think we have a last question. The funding rate is 85%?
No, the eligible direct and indirect costs are funded in 100%, up to 60,000 euros.
Okay, thank you. So I don't see any more questions or any more raised hand.
So maybe we can wait 1 minute. If there are no questions on the chat and no hand raises, we can end the session. So I think we can take 1 minute to think about maybe more questions will arise.
Actually, Mateus wants to know if it's 100% plus overhead, sorry.
No, we found you with this 60,000 euros, and you have to provide. So to explain this straightforward, so we give you as financial support up to 60,000 euros, and all eligible direct and indirect costs. We have this question 26 in our frequently asked question. What kind of costs are eligible? Up to 60,000 euros, it's 100 funded.
And I think that's all, Paulina.
Thank you very much. So I think we can close the session. If any other question will arise.
Actually one more, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
So do we need to report on the spending, or is a lump sum?
That is the lump sum.
Okay, thank you.
So if any other question will arise during the completing the form, feel free to ask us through the help desk on our spaces or through the directly through the email address. I thank you for your company, and I hope this session will be helpful for you to complete the application. I want to remember that the deadline is the 10th of May. Please don't wait to the last second because the system sometimes is overloaded. So we please 1-2 days before the deadline is a safe date to submit the application. Thank you very much.
Thank you.